Hi friends, welcome to this very important physics class where we are going to be talking about measurements and units. So this class is very important for those students that are going to be taking the JAM 2024. If you already have your JAM physics syllabus, you will notice that measurements and units is the very first topic. Okay, if you are not taking the JAM, you can also join the class. It is also useful to all classes. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe to my channel, and also make sure you watch this video to the end, because at the ending of this video, I'm going to be giving out the Life Changer PDF document for free. So make sure you watch this video to the end and also share it to your friends who are going to be taking the JAM 2024. So let's get started. So today is the day one of our physics JAM class, and we're going to be looking at measurement and unit. So I'm going to make this topic super clear for you guys. So I would like us to begin with this powerful quote. It says, "One accurate measurement is worth 1,000 expert opinion," by Grace Hopper. Now, this quote explains the essence of this class, because physics is not about opinion, it's about verifying facts with experiments and taking good measurements. So I believe you all agree with me. So let's get started. Now, we use measurements in our everyday life, okay? In checking the time, calculating distance, taking the length of an object, and many more. So every measurement requires two things, and these are the value and the unit. Now let's take a look at this picture. As you can see over here, the lady over here says, "Can I get 2 kilograms of tomatoes?" Okay, now 2 kilograms over here is a physical quantity, and this quantity can be expressed as value with unit. Okay, so 2 is the value and the kilogram is the unit. Now, there are three basic important quantities in physics, and they are the length, the mass, and time. Now, if I may ask, what is length? Length can be defined as the extent of space or distance. Now, length can be measured using a measuring tape and so on. Now, let's look at mass. What is mass? Now, mass refers to the quantity of matter contained in a body. If I may ask, what is matter? As you all know, matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. Now, when we talk about mass, right, don't get yourself confused. The word mass simply means weight, all right? And weight can be measured using a scale and so on. Okay, now let's look at time. What is time? Time simply means the duration of an event, okay? And it can be measured using a clock. Now, what are physical quantities? Physical quantities are quantities in terms of which laws of physics can be expressed and which can be measured directly or indirectly. Now, physical quantities is divided into two. That is, physical quantities and units is divided into two, which is the fundamental quantity and unit and the derived quantity and unit. What is a fundamental quantity? Fundamental quantity are quantities that are independent of others. They are the basic quantities which most quantities depend on. For example, time. Now let's look at fundamental units. What are fundamental units? Fundamental unit is simply the units of fundamental quantity. Now take this example. We said time is a fundamental quantity. Since as fundamental unit is the unit of fundamental quantity, So what will be the unit of time? So you all know time is measured in seconds. So the unit of time is second. The fundamental unit of time is second. Now, there are 7 fundamental quantities, which are length, mass, time, temperature, amount of substance, electric current, and luminous intensity. Now, the unit for length is meter. Length is measured in meter and the abbreviation is m. The unit of mass is kilogram. Mass is measured in kilogram and the abbreviation is kg. Time is measured in seconds and the abbreviation is s. Now, temperature is measured in Kelvin and the abbreviation is K. Amount of substance is measured in mole and the abbreviation is mole without the E. Electric current is measured in ampere and the abbreviation is capital A. Luminous intensity is measured in candela and the abbreviation is CD. Now, if you are not with your notebook, make sure you get your notebook. Don't just lie down on the couch. Make sure you get something to write all this. Very, very important. So let's proceed. Now, all these units over here are also called the Systemi International Unit, which is also called the SI unit. Now, it is also referred to as the International System of Units. So now, as we know what fundamental quantity is and the 7 fundamental quantity, I have a question. Do you think it is possible to measure everything in the world just using fundamental quantity? Now, let's take a look at this picture over here. 2 boys are riding bicycle. To find which boy's bicycle is the fastest, we should consider the time taken and the distance covered by them. So to calculate the speed of the bicycle, we use 2 quantities, which are distance and time, whereby speed is equal to distance over time. So speed is a derived quantity. Any quantity which is the combination of fundamental quantity is known as derived quantity. So as you can see here, we have distance, which is a fundamental quantity, and also time, which is a fundamental quantity. The combination of the both distance over time give us speed, where speed is a derived quantity. So in general, derived quantities are obtained by multiplying, dividing, and combining fundamental quantities. Some examples of derived quantities are area, volume, density, velocity, and acceleration. Okay, now as you can see over here, we are given the derived quantity, but we don't have the derived unit. So we are going to work this step by step so we can get the derived unit. Now, area is length times breadth. And in the fundamental quantity, length is measured in meter. Now, what is breadth? Breadth is also measured in meter. It is short length, so it's also measured in meter. So now, if we say meter times meter, will give us meter square. So we've gotten the derived unit for area. So the derived unit for area is meter square. Now let's go to volume. Volume is length times breadth times height. What is length? Length is measured in meter, breadth is also measured in meter, and height is also measured in meter. So now we have meter times meter times meter, which will give us meter cube. Okay, now the derived unit for volume is meter cube. Now density. Density is mass over volume. What is mass? In the fundamental quantity, where we understand that mass is calculated in kg, which is kilogram. Now volume, as you can see over here, is meter cube. So volume is meter cube, which will give us kilogram over meter cube. And the derived unit will be what? So the derived unit over here will be kilogram per meter cube. So the derived unit for density is kilogram per meter cube. Now let's go over to velocity. What is velocity? Velocity can be defined as the rate of change of displacement in respect to time. Now when you hear the word rate of change, right? Rate of change simply means over time, right? So now velocity is displacement over time. Now what is displacement? Displacement simply means distance with direction, and distance is measured in meter. What about time? In the fundamental quantity, we understand that time is measured in seconds, which is S. So now we have meter over second, which will give us meter per second. So the derived unit for velocity is meter per second. Now, let's move to acceleration. What is acceleration? Acceleration can be defined as the rate of change of velocity in respect to time. As I said earlier, when you hear the word rate of change simply means over time. So now this is change in velocity over time. So as you can see from the previous derivation, velocity is meter per second. Now, acceleration is change in velocity over time. So now you can say change in velocity, which is meter per second, then time will be second. So now this is meter per second over second. So now if we should multiply this 2 seconds, second times second, it will give us second square. So the unit for acceleration is meter per second square. Okay, now I have this assignment for you guys. Make sure you solve this and leave your answer in the comment section. If you are also in our WhatsApp Jam group, you can post your answer in our WhatsApp Jam group. If you haven't joined the group, I will leave the link in the description. And as I said, I will be giving out the free Jam Live Changer book PDF file. So I will leave the link in the description, or you can also join our group. It will be available in the group. If you really found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button, and check on this channel every Friday. We are going to be uploading video as possible. So thank you.